Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scott Perry. This is my associate, Dan Kenny. We work with 2BaysDJs and 2Bays Productions here in Traverse City. We got our start DJing weddings here in Traverse City, and recently we have been working very hard on some exciting things with software called Touch Designer Free Thinking Environment, and we're very excited to share them with you today.
All right, so the free thinking environment, we've been traveling around the country to several different shows, seminars, conventions, and learning a lot about this program and how to work with it, grabbing multiple devices and data sets and incorporating them into one visual workflow. The coolest things that we have encountered that people have put together have been installations that incorporate audience participation to change the effects that, that you end up seeing.
The more we travel, the more we realize that everybody's trying to come up with something unique to help them sell their products. And so we want to demonstrate some of the things that we have developed, particularly for our DJ business. You'll notice that some of the things that we kind of present are in an entertainment facet today. But you know, we want to get the gears turning for all of you salespeople here, so you can, you know, maybe have a presentation like this of your own. So you want to go ahead and start?
Let's get right into it.
So you'll see right now, if you pay attention, over here we have a few projectors on this side of the room, and this is a smaller replica of our stage design that we have developed, where we map out individual points on a white surface. In this case, it's 3 dimensions. And we can build from the start and create some unique 3-dimensional eye candy. And from there, we're kind of going to run through a couple of different things as fast as we can here because we only have 5 minutes. Dan, you want to go ahead and show them the dance floor?
Sure. Let me just switch this out.
I got it. You go.
All right. Cool. So using the Microsoft Kinect camera, we can track a person's movement, up to 6 people actually, to create effects that change geometry. So as you see, I can raise my hands, shrink up the boxes, move around. If I spin with my hands up, it changes the dynamics of the entire floor. So now my head is a spotlight shining at my foot, so I can kind of illuminate different squares and see a little bit different perspective on the screen. And you can see, so as you bust out your dance moves, you can dynamically change what you see on the screen. For our purposes, this has worked really well for some really cool effects, but we are thinking of gearing this more towards experiential marketing for trade show booths, for storefront displays, anything that gives a salesperson an extra 5 minutes to catch up with the customer while they're closing a sale with another person.
All right, now we're going to start with some Wizard of Oz stuff. This is a green screen that we've used. I shot this over the summer, but you can have some really cool effects with it, like creating an edge effect and then transposing movies over the top of that. From there, you can kind of play with some different ways to do some feedback and get some crazy, unique visuals. And you know, for us, we use this kind of thing as a backdrop for our DJing performances to kind of give a new visual dynamic to what we're doing. But there's endless possibilities for what you may want to do as far as your business applications go.
Just another quick example, we can also do body tracking and projecting onto moving bodies. You know, there's a little bit of a lag, a little bit. You can add and exaggerate any effects, play any other kind of media over it. We can do a lot of play, as Scott's about to pull up, with logos, making them 3D and then, you know, more tactile so you can interact with them using devices like the Kinect or controller of some sort, leap motion, really anything that has a USB signal or OSC signal or MIDI signal that you can plug into a PC, we can grab that and use that to manipulate any kind of images or sound or really anything.
Are you ready to take your logo to the 3rd dimension? I've been waiting to say that all day. This is just created with some simple, a PNG file that we take and then transpose it and extrude it in our software where you can do some really cool things. And as you can see, this stuff can be projected anywhere. We're working preliminarily with a plastic extrusion company to create a unique display on their machine so that when they're at a show expo, they can demonstrate to people who have no idea what's going on inside of the machine, how it works, and carries on throughout the entire process. Or we can do some architectural marketing, architectural projection mapping, all sorts of unique stuff.
You'll see this at Auto Week in Detroit, at car releases, shoe releases, all kinds of product launches. You'll see them trying to, oh, sorry. All right.
Okay, that's good. So the conversation will continue at happy hour. So if anybody has any questions for them, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So
2BaysDJs.
we're gonna kick this back on afterwards.
So Gary, if you want to head. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, Gary can get queued up. That will work. And right now, we've got a few minutes for questions.
Does
so-
anybody have any questions? Yeah.
So, I mean, are you guys using this right now other than your DJ stuff? Has anyone done it for like a trade show or anything like that?
Sure. We've been to this point we haven't done any trade shows aside from our own, but we're up to suggestions. At this point, what we really are excited about is connecting with new people. You know, we've been developing this stuff kind of with a DJ aspect in mind, but we are at the point now, 3 years later, after we started using the software, where we're ready to kind of use the tools and techniques that we've developed to kind of make somebody else's big picture come true.
So do you guys do all the development, or do you do sell a software package where users can configure the imagery?
Yeah, so this is actually, I'm
We
gonna
could do
kind
a
of,
mix of both. We could set up a platform for them with a set of controls, and then they could assign them themselves. They could manipulate it themselves. Or we could make something custom for them that they just plug in, turn on, open the file, and it runs automatically every time. So, you know, for a salesperson who's busy and just gets to a trade show, wants to turn it on and run, we could make it run flawlessly for them as well.
when you open up the software, it's literally nothing. It's a combination of like single channel operators, like a one-dimension binary code from 0 to 1. And then there's also two channel operators, which is basically like you would see on a 2D image. And then there are 3 channel operators, which are, like you saw, the 3-dimensional logo here, using all sorts of codes.
Yes.
How are you going to sell it? What kind of, what is your price on this thing?
It really depends on the kind of interaction that you're looking to get. A lot of times, if you want like a single day or a weekend projection mapped architectural, which we'd love to show you some more stuff later on, there's some really fascinating stuff. It's definitely going to be a different price structure than if you want us to be there handling it for a month or something like that. Or if it's a plug and play thing, there's also a lot of kind of cost as far as like hardware. If you have your own projector already, that's going to save you a lot of money.
And it depends on the scale you want to do. There's, you know, they spent 8 million was it on projectors just for the Super Bowl last year with Katy Perry and the whole floor projection map. So you can go as large as you want in scale, or we're thinking of, you know, keeping this a little bit more compact, a little bit more cost effective, or a little bit smaller.
I would say for like an expo installation, you're looking at around $5 grand. And that's to take it with you anywhere you want to go.